Hey guys, it's Reenactment Day here with a new video. In this video, I'm going to be constructing an M1 Garand out of some wood. Now, I don't know how many of you have seen my previous attempt. I wouldn't say it's bad, but I wouldn't say it's good. So I'm going to try and make a better one with this template a subscriber recommended, and it is a nice template. So I already got some of the process done, not too much though, not anything really major. Got this part printed out and cut out, taped together too. And what I did with this is I looked at it and looked and see how I'd want to piece it. Now this would be very annoying to do all in one piece. So what I decided to do is I looked here and I checked out M1 Garand stocks on Google. And this stock is different from this part, and also the receiver can come out. So I'm going to do it in separate pieces. So I printed it out again, taped it together again, cut it out, and then cut out the different pieces. Like, see the receiver, this other stock part, and this other stock part, and then the barrels. So I'd be doing each piece a separate piece. Then maybe screw it together and just get that all done. And yeah. Now this isn't gonna be a full video or like a full series on me creating it. This is just gonna be a pretty long video describing how just all the steps that I make. And yeah. So as you see here, I traced out and numbered each piece on some 2x4s. Now I'm gonna, maybe tomorrow, maybe, I don't know how long it'll take, but cut out these pieces, probably just rough cut, like cut the square out, cut this square out, this square, and all that. Cut that all out and sand it down, get the edges all correct, round it off, and then stain it, and yeah, that would be my process. But yeah, so you got each piece numbered and labeled down on the wood. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do. This wood is a little bit too small, as you see. A little bit too small, but it's not going to be perfect. But so I could either make a separate piece and kind of glue it on later, or I can just leave it. I mean, no one's really going to be knowing or really seeing it. So what I'm using is some, I think these are 2x8s. Well, yeah, they're 2x8s. 2x4s would be way too small. 2x8s. So 2 inches about thick and 8 inches height. Now, I'm going to go get a tape measure so I can show you. So I'll be right back. Now this wood turned out to be a lot smaller than I thought. I know I just said it was like a 2x8, but measuring it, it is only about 5 inches. Ah, come on, you. There we go. About like 5.5 inches. But it seems to fit on there pretty well, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use it. Also, the width is not really 2 inches. It is 1.5 inches. Now I had like I have like a 1.25 inch oak wood out in my garage, and that would be pretty darn small. Like 1.5 inches right here, it'd be that much smaller. Which I was gonna go for 2 inch. That's really what I would need. But this will do fine unless I decide otherwise, and I'll retrace it all out, get it and buy a new piece of wood. But that's my process, and that's what I have done for August 18th. Back, it's the next day, August 19th, and I'm just starting to work on the wood. Really just the easy but slow parts. Cutting this part, like this was right here, kind of like right there. So I cut that off to make that shorter. I'm about to take another saw, cut right here-ish, And then later I'll take the bandsaw out cut around all these pieces, and then maybe in a day or two borrow a sander, sand around the whole things, make them like with the bandsaw. I can't really get really close to that, but with the sander I'll sand it down pretty much to that line, sand it down to this line, get out the shape that's needed. I do kind of gotta hollow this out on the inside, which it's gonna be confusing on how I'm gonna do that. So, just working on this. It's a slow process. Took me like 10 minutes to get that part cut off. Yeah. So I'm starting to cut the Garand. Okay, sorry for that horrible attempt at a time lapse. The camera kept sliding down. I kept having to take it and tape it back up. It's because I was really only using not the best tape, just electrical tape, not the best tape for taping things to walls. But got that piece cut, so actually it kind of burnt there. It's nothing bad. I'm just surprised it did. Got that all. Just gonna once I get the bandsaw thing unburied, I'll get all this cut. So yeah, now I got 3 separate pieces. I'm gonna just wait to do this one because that's just so small. I'll just do it with the bandsaw. But yeah, it's coming along. Same day, I got the bandsaw out. Now, I'm gonna try cutting just the shape out. Then each separate piece, I'll either glue it or screw it together. And I'm not gonna try and time lapse this because I gotta really focus on this instead of focusing and seeing if my phone is falling down or not. Because even with this, it's just one small touch of that while it's running, my finger's gone. So gotta be kind of careful with that. Okay, well, this is really all I can do with the bandsaw. Made a good deal of progress. Got a whole box of scrap right there. But got the stock, receiver, the barrels, the other stock part done. Then I also got this done. This the biggest piece. No, it's not the best, but I'm going over it with a sander, sand it down, and give it the curved edges. Yeah, that's pretty much what I got done with this. That's probably going to be all I'm going to be able to get done for today. But it is a good amount of progress for today. So like, here, I'm just going to try and set it up. Also because I want to. So this extra stock piece would kind of go up here, a little elevated. Barrel go right there, like that. Another stock piece not fitting together perfectly just because I haven't sanded it yet. There's that. And then, last but not least, the receiver. So it kind of looked like that. And actually, that is looking pretty good by itself, so right now. Yeah. So today is October 15th. It's been a very long time since I've been working on this. But I finally was able to go over to my neighbor's, use the sander, and around the edges, as you see right here, this is kind of what it's going to look like. The receiver will be fixed and better. Barrels will be probably made out of metal. But as you see, the stock is nice and round. And so are a few other pieces. Nice and round instead of the square blocks you saw before. And when you are done, well, when I'm done with this will all be stained. This will all be painted. It will be whatever it needs to be done. The receiver, I might just paint that black because there's no really way to color the metal on that because it's not metal. And the barrels will be probably made out of some pipe, Kind of like, got a toy gun over here. Kind of like this kind of pipe. But so far, it is looking a lot better than my old one. Has more shape and more of correct shape. Yeah. So I started to glue the rest of it together. This is the day after I sent it, so it's October 16th. Started to glue the pieces together. Sorry about the light. That bulb decided to kind of fail. And yeah, I'll get a couple holes drilled in this probably for the barrels. And I'll get the receiver sanded down. Maybe I'll make this out of metal. I don't know. But yeah, I will keep you informed on how that's going. Back out here. That's all glued together. That's all fastened. All looking nice. Right there. Now I had to work on the front guard piece. And this had to be all hollowed out. And this was a pain in the butt to do. I had to use this router and a lot of time. You can see the aftermath of it. It's crazy. It's everywhere. But I'm gonna get the barrels to fit in it. Have to glue the bottom barrel on, but that'll be all fastened. That'll work. Yeah, I'm almost done with this thing. All right, we are getting there. I hollowed out the inside of the receiver maybe to make a functional bolt in there. And by functional, I don't mean actually be able to shoot. I mean you could pull it back. But that's done. Put that over there. Showed you guys this already. But what I just did get as well. So I got pipe, 2 different sizes, and they fit inside each other, so it's the right style, so I can make a piece with the, I don't know what piece it's called, but it has the bayonet lug and it has the sights on it, and it holds the 2 barrels together. I think it's also the gas cylinder on that as well. Well, I don't know what it is, but you'll see what I'm talking about when I have it made. So here it is so far. Got another piece glued on there. Its glue's still kind of wet, as you can see. Got a couple holes drilled for the barrels, which I do have now. Let's see, this longer one. They're made out of copper. I'll paint them black. This goes in there. And I got a shorter one. That will go in this part. And be something like that. That's the first step. Then what I'm going to do next is add this piece. This piece right here would go. For those of you who have a Garand, you will know exactly what I'm talking about, or at least you researched Garands a lot. This piece, and this, first actually, this piece goes on, and I'm gonna try and fasten these pieces to the metal, and then this piece right here kind of fits something like that. Maybe out of sight right here. But yeah, so a couple problems I gotta figure out, like how the barrel is kind of too, well, it's not bending up here. Like this is too down low and this is too high for this to be welded. I could always add something in the middle of this, but we will see how that works. Receiver, still hollow. I did nothing with it. If I can even find it, yep, still hollow. Sanded it down a little bit, got it a little smoother. That would go something like right there. Yeah. So another step done, another step closer to the finished product. Okay, well here I am. I am starting to stain the stock. Stain looks real good on it. Had to do a couple test runs with it first, but then I found out how to correctly put it on. I have to put it on like when I first put the stain on that thing. It's really dark, so I have to put it on and then wipe it off, and that gives it this color. I only have half of it done right now because letting this side dry so I don't flip it over and ruin all this. But it's coming along. It's starting to stain. The barrels have not progressed at all. They're just there. Still got to work on those. Got to get some gray spray paint and spray paint that. The stock, the receiver, starting to get a hole in it. So I'm trying. If not, I'll probably just make a whole new one of these and just keep it as is. But other than that, barrels haven't progressed. Receiver now has a hole in it, and it's stained. Alright, here we are again. Another wood M1 update. We got the barrels soldered together. As you can see, this will be painted over. But the barrels are all soldered over. Looks pretty good. Probably got to put I actually got a cap for this to make it look better. But I just forgot to put it on. There it is. Right there. And the receiver looks like this. I could probably put something in there. But for now I'm just going to screw it on, not glue it, so it's, if I work on it more, it's detachable. This is also going to be painted, and I got some good colored spray paint for this. There we go. Good colored spray paint. I know it's primer, but it still works. So yeah, that's pretty much done. Just need to solder, spray paint these two things together, and I'll probably do that tomorrow. Alright, back out here. The barrels and the receiver are spray painted, and that's pretty much it. Now I just gotta let this dry. I will screw that in, not glue it, in case I want to do some more work on it. I can easily take it out. But that's the whole barrels. Next, after I get this all dried and get the other side, I will put it on the M1. Alright, here we are in my workshop, aka my garage. The last barrel. That goes in just like that. And I'll get it lined up and put in, and I'll just come back because I need two hands. And there it is. I'm gonna spray paint that again. It was hard to get the paint pretty smooth on there because it's round, but still looks pretty good. Let's take this out of the vice grips real quick. Okay, again, I need two hands to do this, so I'll be back. Alright, well, there it is. That's all this video is going to cover about it. Got the barrels done. Don't have a front sight, but I can work on that later. I got a trigger guard. It's just drying outside. And the receiver is just a block on there, shaped like receiver. No butt plate, but still, it looks pretty good. I might add some sling mounts on here at some point, but that is the M1 Garand made out of wood. Working on this since pretty much August, and right now it's November, so this has been a long time in the making. Still looks pretty good. Trigger guard's probably almost dried. I'm gonna screw it on the bottom there. Bro, looks good. You'll see it in future videos, and if you look, you'll probably see me adding a front sight, maybe a couple sling mounts, and you'll see the trigger guard pretty soon. Well, that's it for this video. My longest video, not time-wise, but just in the making, about, since August. So, this is a long time in the making. Well, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe. If you have any video ideas, please put them in the comments. If you have any questions on this or anything, or any Like, any ideas for this, put them down in the comments as well. And I will see you guys later.